What initially brought me to the community college in California was I actually was a student at UC Davis, but a lot of things happened in my life that I had to take a step back. And so I took a sabbatical, and then I returned to Yuba College, which is here in Northern California, and then I moved to Bakersfield and attended Bakersfield College, and I got my degree there before I transferred, and I fell in love with the atmosphere, and so it just made it that much more special and easier for me to transition to being a classified staff with Bakersfield College. So my community college and subsequent career experience has changed my life because I not only was getting my degree and feeling welcome, but to me it was a major milestone. After leaving the university of my dreams, I felt like I wasn't going to do anything, and it makes me really emotional. That was my dream college, right? But when I went to Bakersfield College and I finally graduated, I felt like I accomplished something. And at first I thought, oh my gosh, it's just an associate's degree. But after working, and then when I advise my students, it is such a great goal to have, even especially when life hits you. And my specialty is in adult ed. So when I have my students come in, I let them know my story. You know, this is what I did, this is how I started. I started at like this wonderful, amazing university in California that I should be very proud of, but then I had to take a step back, and I'm more proud of the fact that I started at a community college all over because I changed majors. And I started, and it gave me that stepping stone, and it makes me kind of connect with the students, and then it gives me the power to let them know, like, hey, you're starting from what you see as the bottom, but it's going to help you just flourish. And it changed my life that way, the way I see things, and that's how I advise my students. So I'd like to think that I'm changing their lives in the same way because of everything that I've gained from a community college. I don't know if there was exactly one instructor or mentor that guided me through the whole process. I can say, though, confidently that it was a collective effort. I've come across several instructors, faculty, staff throughout the time that I was at a community college that just made me feel comfortable, especially transitioning from the University of California, right? And just from a UC to a community college was a very big culture shock, but I was immediately greeted by every instructor that I had. I was extremely thankful, but let me retract that. There was one instructor, Dr. Turney, that ended up being wonderful. I had her class twice, 2 different courses, and when I walked in, she immediately knew who I was. At first thought, Liz, are you retaking this class? You shouldn't have because you passed, but she made me feel so comfortable, and so much so that I took her for a different course the following semester. So she was probably the highlight of my stint at BC. The insight that Dr. Turney had given me to help me succeed was she was very informal in a sense that she laid everything into perspective from a daily activities point of view. Her class was more of a discussion opposed to a lecture, so she really did care about her students and just made it a point to be very informal and personable. So it wasn't a direct sit-down mentor session, but it was throughout the course of a year, because it was 2 different semesters that I had taken her course. She just made it seem like she was a friend or a relative or something along those lines, that not your professor that's grading you. And so she just made me feel that even on a professional level, you can still have this comfortability and engage with students and anybody that for lack of a better term, is beneath you, or how somebody look up to them. So that was kind of the insight that I received from her, which I till this day utilize. So the one exceptional thing about Bakersfield College, where I studied and am now working, that I have just enjoyed is how connected everybody on campus is, even to our students. The faculty, the staff. I've never come across a group of people who will walk on campus, whether they are faculty or classified staff, and have one-on-one personal conversations with the students. I've had my boss in particular, who is a program manager, walk on campus, and one of the students greeted her and she greeted them, and they had a conversation about the student and how they're doing and just caring. And I never had that anywhere. And I have been to a UC, I have been to a CSU, and the loving, caring, just close-knit campus that BC offers to students and the staff is exceptional in my opinion. And I've seen all of the California college systems, right? I've been a part of each and every one of them, and I haven't gotten what I got at BC and a community college anywhere else.